Yo, so we got the daytime edition of F-ya-Motha. This episode we're going to talk about Troy Ave snitching. Now, I'm not surprised. In his 2000 and whenever the fuck that shit happened, I want to say 2017, he said he was going to snitch on Taxstone. If y'all remember, in the song that he put out, Too Legit to Quit, he said,
I'm only loyal to my fame. It's a joke. Middle finger from the stains. Even me or it's you.
So the fact that people was like shocked that he pulled a gunner or a 6'9", I'm not surprised. However, I wouldn't readily classify Troy Ave as snitching, and there's a few reasons. I'm gonna boil them down. First of all, unlike 6'9", he wasn't in cahoots with this nigga. This nigga's his known enemy. Taxstone was trolling him for upwards of a year and a half. And I watched the Taxstone podcast, right? I listened to it. It's my shit. I fucks with his podcast, right? Free Taxstone, by the way. I hope he comes home. However, these niggas was enemies. So they wasn't in cahoots like 6ix9ine was with Shotty and all them other niggas, right? They kidnapped that nigga, fucked his baby moms, was stealing money, yada, yada, yada. We could keep going, right? That doesn't make it right. But he knew what the fuck he signed up for. Troy Ave, on the other hand, he was minding his business when Taxstone was trolling him, right? Now, he said he was going to put hands and feet on him when he caught up with him. And from what I'm hearing, Troy Ave took the gun, beat up Taxstone, got shot in the leg, recovered the gun. Taxstone took off running, and he tried to blake his ass. That's why he's on the footage shooting into a crowd, right? Now, I don't know what bullet hit Banger. I don't know if it was the one that Taxstone fired off, or was it the one when Troy Ave got the pistol and fired back? I don't know these things, right? In any event, all I do know is Banger was killed. It was one casualty, right? But Taxstone has actually been known to say that he wouldn't really do nothing to you if he had a problem, right? Like, he shoot your moms or your cousin or your niece or shit like that, right? He's a fucking terrorist. According to him, these aren't my words, right? And as much as I like his podcast, I don't know if he was just talking or if he was serious. However, we do know somebody near and dear close to Troy Ave was murdered. But then there's second, the fact that black people always think that a nigga ain't supposed to tell on another nigga, right? If he's your enemy, I've heard niggas say shit like, I wouldn't wish prison on my worst enemy. I would. Like, nigga, if I don't like you, why the fuck would I not wish prison on you? Bro, I don't like you. You gotta go to jail or die right now. If I can't handle it where you get killed, the next thing that I'm gonna do is try to take you out, right? By having you locked the fuck up, off the streets, away from me, and in prison, in a place nobody, unless you like fucking boy bussy. That's not a place you want to be at. For all the niggas saying that he's snitching, this ain't necessarily snitching. This is getting a nigga the fuck out the way that you find your enemy. That's second. Third of all, this makes his case different than Gunna because, like I said with 6ix9ine, he wasn't in cahoots, so he's not admitting to like shit crime enterprise on a nigga that he used to run with. He never ran with Taxstone. I guess they both from Brooklyn, but they didn't run with each other. And according to Taxstone, Troy Ave wasn't the man. He wasn't selling dope and shit like that. Now, whether he was or not, these niggas wasn't running together. So if a nigga try to blick you and you recover the gun after beating him up, he take off and you fire on him, this sounds like self-defense. I don't know what the laws in New York is. If a nigga is running, I don't think you're supposed to shoot at a nigga back. That's just me. But in any event, I don't think this is snitching in the least bit. This is getting your enemy the fuck out the way, off the streets and away from you, right? Especially if allegedly Taxstone had the balls enough to do this shit, right? If a nigga had the balls to come see where you was at with a blick and try to shoot and kill you, in the words of Tupac, what would you do if you was me? Right? I'm getting a nigga the fuck off the streets, especially if I'm a rapper. Like, what the fuck? A lot of people get it fucked up. Like, what's your natural course of recourse? Like, you're in the public eye, you got a lot of money. New York is wired with a bunch of cameras. It ain't like you can go plot to kill that nigga. Paying somebody to kill him is even high risk because if they get caught, they gonna roll over on you. So you fucked up all around. So it was almost like Taxstone had him painted up against the wall. So I don't classify this as snitching, and I'm not trying to justify telling on a nigga. But there's a difference. I think this new age, they think if you just inform the law enforcement on something in any respects that you snitching, right? Snitching is when you tell on niggas that you are in cahoots or doing crime with. That's snitching. Old lady tells on your dumb ass that you selling crack outside of her house. That's not snitching, right? That's informing the authorities because you're bringing my property value down. You possibly could bring violence to the neighborhood, and you're selling poison to your own people. So like, people that are citizens, squares, 9 to 5s, they don't have nothing to do with that street shit. Like, yeah, we want people to fuck out the way, right? It's no problem if you do it. Just do it the fuck away from me. That's namely the argument. A lot of motherfuckers get shit fucked up, especially black folks. Informant is like, it's snitching, but informant, like if you an informant, and most niggas that's informants put on the payroll, they get a salary and shit. They're the same as snitches, but they telling on everybody, not just niggas that they ran with, but niggas that they know did crime. That's whole ass shit, because like, you profiting off of niggas doing dirt, even though your black ass or white ass or whatever the fuck, Mexican ass, you was doing dirt too. So snitches and informants are frowned down upon in the community, and you should call those for what they are. But somebody informing the authorities that you tried to kill them, and they have no natural recourse against you. Yeah, bro, like if you try to blick me, I'm gonna tell the authorities, especially if you my fucking enemy. I mean, I don't know too many people that try to shoot you that's not your enemy. And black people really got this shit fucked up. They won't tell on their worst enemy. I would. You go to prison, I forgot who that was on Vlad TV. I think it was Boosie, but he was like, the Mexicans in the Aryan Nation, they play different than the brothers. The brothers won't tell on you no matter who you are. Mexicans will tell on your ass in prison. They have no problem telling on black people, right? The only people they don't tell on is the Aryan Nation, because they in cahoots with them, right? And vice versa, right? The white supremacists in prison, they don't tell on the Mexicans because they be selling the drugs, and the Mexicans are getting the drugs from the Mexicans. But they tell on the niggas, and the Mexicans tell on the niggas, right? So, like, you gotta play smart. I forgot who else said it. It was on a Vlad TV interview, but he said that if you don't play by the same rules your enemy plays by, you're going to lose. If your enemy snitches on you and you don't snitch on them, you're at a disadvantage, not them. This is chess, not checkers. In any event, this is my thoughts, ideas, and opinions on this. I actually like both of the guys, right? I like Troy Ave. I like Taxstone. I ain't gonna front. The only songs I know from Troy Ave is Too Legit to Quit and All About the Money. It's all about the motherfucking money. That was my shit in 2000, I want to say 15, 16, right? I like Taxstone's podcast, and just in general, like, this is something just to put out there in either black men. If it's not cause to shoot each other, these type of situations don't even need to be happening. There's no situation. If a nigga didn't try to fuck your girl, slap your mom, or steal your money, what the fuck is you even beefing over? Some words on the internet? This has got to be the most retarded shit I've heard in my life. Anyways, if you like this episode, subscribe down at the bottom, hit the notifications, tell your friends, and I'm the fuck out. No.